So inside of here we have nothing because we haven't really added anything. We have our architectural model. So inside of here I can start to add some objects. And again, we should create views for lighting. We add lighting in lighting views. We add power objects in the power layouts and stuff like that. We might have a security or data floor plan. So depending on what it is we're drawing. So if I say, okay, well, let's start with power. I'm going to go to the level 1 power plan, and inside of there I'm going to see my architectural model because the model is there. It's in 3D. If I go to my 3D view, you'll see that there's that architectural model. And when I look at my different floor plans, all it is a view of a different level. And because it's named power, I can assume that the categories that Revit uses for power, like electrical fixtures and electrical devices, are all turned on. So there's my 3D architectural model, and you'll notice if you zoom in close enough, there's some objects that are not half-toned, and that's because they are actually electrical objects here that are within the architect's model. So Revit knows this is a lighting fixture, and it knows that its discipline is electrical, so that's why it doesn't show up halftone. Okay, so the model is there. So if I go back to my power plan, basically is a horizontal slice of that model at a certain distance above, and you should all get familiar with going down here and looking at the view range because this defines where the floor plan is being cut, and the height, the top end of the view range and the bottom end of the primary range, and then the view depth set in here. And you can go have a look at help, and you can also search on the CAD Clips webpage for view range or just the word range, and you'll get there's lots of videos on this topic in particular. So inside of here I can add in some electrical devices. So let's go down and have a look and see what families we have in here. So I pick on here and I say, okay, these are all the different families. And here we go, electrical equipment, electrical fixtures, okay? And then we have lighting devices, lighting fixtures, okay? And then, we have our structural stuff and our walls and stuff. So the reason why we have these family categories here is because they came with the electrical template file. You can always go insert and then you can say load family, and you can go get other families from your hard drive or somewhere you've gotten built some or got them from a web page or wherever. So this is loading an external RFA family, and these are the ones that are currently available because of our project template file. So if I go in here to electrical fixtures, I have I have two duplex receptacles. I have a GFCI and I have a standard. So I can take this and I can drag it in, or I can go to my electrical tab. Oh, look, I can't see my electrical tab. Let's go up to here. Let's go to my options. Let's go to user interface. And let's turn on electrical. We don't want electrical analysis. We just want electrical. Mechanical, electrical tools are there. Let's turn off the system stuff. See if it stands out a little bit more. Oh, it's the panel. I'm sorry. It's under systems here. Here it is under electrical. So wires, cable tray, conduit, parallel conduit, which is a nice one, cable tray, conduit fittings. Okay, mechanical equipment. So you can either drag the objects from your project browser or you can pick them off of here. So we can go into a device and say, okay, give me a data device. Now watch what's going to happen here. If I don't have a data, I do have a data device right here. It's going to say data outlet. See this one here? If I go up to device and say data device, it's going to start it and it's going to offer me different data devices, and I only have one, and I can see that it's there. So as you start to pick these objects off of here to place them, really all it's doing is going through and grabbing them off of here. So if I want to go in and do a device, I'm going to say, well, I want to insert an electrical fixture. Click. It's going to go look through electrical fixtures here, and it's going to offer me either the GFCI or the standard. So I'll say, okay, standard. And then as I go to place, I can say place on vertical, place on face, place on work plane. Okay. In this case, we can go with place on vertical face because it's a wall and it's a good way to put that in. We can also say place on face, and that would also allow us to do that. And again, you can hit your tab key. Oh, in this case, face is not such a good option, and it really depends on the family. Place on vertical face is going to give us the option we want as we place this around. Okay, so now we're putting this in, and this is an interesting family, and we've done lessons on this. Is when you place it, the plan view is a symbol, but the 3D view is what you see up over here. So this is a kind of a complex family, electrical. So I can just say, okay, electrical fixture here. It's going to add those in. Now, as it adds them in, Revit's keeping track of these, and it's adding them into the system. In fact, the system browser. So I can go around here and add in my electrical fixtures just by picking, and Revit will keep that on hand until I'm, done adding them. And I don't know how tall that window is. Oh, look, I've got a problem there. Tab, 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 tab. Use your tab key when you're placing this stuff. So I'm just going to use my tab key, or maybe we only have one there in the middle. Okay, escape, escape. Now, if I did go in and have a look at this, if you pick on this, it has a height and stuff, so it's set at this elevation, etc. If you actually go to a 3D view over here and go to your 3D button and say camera off our quick access toolbar, and I go through and I look here, I'll see that I have there's my electrical fixtures that are going in there. And again, this is grayed out because of the discipline of the view. So I'm going to go back up to here and back up to my power plan level 1, and I can see I've got some electrical devices in there. And we're going to talk all about, adding these to a system, etc. If you hit your F9 key on your keyboard, you're going to see that you all of a sudden have, guess what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 new electrical devices that are all unassigned. They're not in a system. Once we add them to a system, they'll reassign themselves down here. So I can hit exit on that or hit F9 again. So that's just a little opener on linking in our file and placing in a couple of electrical fixtures. And we'll come back and add in some more stuff.